We'll talk about Villa Leeds though, because that's a Friday kickoff. I don't normally like a Friday kickoff, but I quite fancy this one. And it's free. We haven't got to pay for it. What do you reckon? It's a good game, isn't it?
I think it is a good game, but I think it's a Villa win in this one. And I think that Phillips news is a real blow for them, because I think he would have been able to have done a good job, I think, on Grealish, and then to got him, to stop him.
He'd have done a job of some description on Grealish, I imagine.
I don't want to say exactly what that job would have been, but I imagine it would have been lots of kicked calves. Although they probably made of metal, so it probably wouldn't have hurt him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with Phillips out, I think it's Villa's to win.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will say, based on my stats, if you've got Helder Costa, bearing in mind Villa concede a lot of chances down that side. If you've got Helder Costa, I'd be confident of something.
Costa's pace against target. Okay. West Ham City, normally that's a rout for City, and normally Sterling goes to town. He got a hat-trick on day one last season, which persuaded me to keep him for the entire season and ignore Kevin De Bruyne. So what about this time?
I think City will win it.
Yeah.
I think with Aguero back, it just gives them having a strike on a focal point. It's just such a big deal for them. So yeah, I think West Ham's run will come to an end here.
Not easy. I don't think it's going to be a rout.
No, I don't think it'll be easy.
West Ham might get one. Antonio's always a bet to score against anyone. I'll go 2-1, I think. I think City will win, though, yeah.
I'll go 3-1.
Fulham Palace, we won't waste too much time on that one. Could be another 0-0, couldn't it? Could be.
Palace XG from open play in that game.
Well, they had one shot. They had one shot on goal. That was the penalty. I couldn't believe that.
Pathetic side.
I mean, that's why Brighton's defensive stats are so good, because that Palace game, like the Liverpool Villa game, it's an outlier the other way. I mean, to have one shot in a home game and that to be a penalty. It wasn't just one shot on target, it was one shot.
I know. I watched it. It was a joke. It was an absolute joke. I think the only interesting thing about that game is I think it's going to be Mitchell out. I think Van Aanholt is back into that game, and that is the end of Mitchell. That's my prediction.
Yeah, Joe went too early with his differential, but
yeah. Well, he's got 4 games. He's got 4 games.
Oh, I see. Oh, it'll be all right then. United Chelsea.
Oh, that's going to be exciting, isn't it?
A couple of minnows clashing at Old Trafford. Yeah, 1-1, I think. That's a popular score for you.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I mean, United have picked up some form now. Winning against PSG is pretty amazing. Especially when I saw the lineup and I saw five at the back with
Chinzabi. He played very well, didn't he?
I know, he was absolutely fantastic.
4.5 defender, I think.
So. Yeah, I think there's goals in it. I think it could be 2.
Oh. Liverpool Sheffield United. That's obviously going to be a clean sheet, but how many are Liverpool going to win by?
I think it could be fairly nasty. I think 3 or 4-0 Liverpool.
Do you think so? Are you that much down on Chris Wilder's Sheffield United?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, I mean, we talked about the whipping boys earlier. I think Sheffield United are in danger of entering into that category.
Yeah,
losing O'Connell. Losing O'Connell, I'd say, is as significant as Liverpool losing Van Dijk.
And Henderson's loss has been big.
Oh God, yeah.
Because Ramsdale,
I didn't think it would be as big as it has been. I thought Ramsdale would do well, but
he's not Henderson by far.
He's not Henderson
by margin. Do you think it's a clean sheet, Liverpool? I mean, if they don't keep one here, it's one of the 4 or 5 teams we've targeted as clean sheet material. Then I would be really worried because I expect the clean sheet in this game. Set pieces is the concern, because without Van Dijk, blimey. And something tells me Chris Wilder is currently training set pieces. I've just got a feeling. Got a feeling.
That's very astute.
I know, I'm a master tactician. Southampton, Everton. Ooh, I think that's a tough one to call, actually.
It is with Richarlison out as well. I mean, be interesting to see what happens with Rodriguez, because when Richarlison was last out, I think he was subbed. Rodriguez got forward a lot more, and we talk about it in the scout cards. I think Lee mentioned it. So I think it's a good game to have Rodriguez in. I don't think I find it hard to call. I think it could be a draw, this one.
I think I heard James on Planet FBL say that Southampton don't concede many or anything at all from cross balls so far this season, and obviously that's where Calvert-Lewin he gobbles them up, and they haven't got Richarlison providing width. So it'd be interesting to see, with Coleman out as well, presumably. because he picked up an injury. I don't know who will play right back because I think John Joe Kenny's got an injury as well. So there's problems in that Everton side. Not only Richarlison, they could be losing service on the right as well. So I think Southampton might get something out of that. I think they'll get a draw. 1-1. Wolves Newcastle I think will be the win for Wolves, but I think they'll struggle again. I don't see a big margin of victory. Do you reinforce that opinion?
The stats don't point to it, but I think he will play Traore in this game.
Right.
And I think it will be much more a case of get at them than we've seen in maybe the last few games. So I'm actually backing Semedo in this game. I think this is a good game for him. I think having him for this in the Palace game, I'm actually quite excited by it because I think he is going to be. He hasn't got to deal with like a left back like Eiling, just constantly bombing forward. It must have been so stressful seeing him get forward. I mean, I think he was playing at left centre back, wasn't he? He wasn't even playing at left back. I don't know why he was.
Well, he's playing at right centre back, was he? I don't know.
Right centre.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah. He was. There must have been on the left, right? He's a left back.
No, Dallas is left back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So what was Semedo doing against Eiling then? God knows. Anyway, however it was painful watching as a Semedo owner. But
maybe you're right. I don't think so. I think Eiling was on the right hand side. Semedo must have been. What's going on there? They're right. It's true. I did see him up against him on.
He was. Yeah, he was.
Maybe I was wrong. I mean, I think it's a clean sheet, isn't it? You've got to say it's a good. You look at that and you think home banker and a clean sheet, but Newcastle.
I'm gonna go for a 2-0. I think okay. Wolves will.
Arsenal, Leicester. Neither team have got goals in them at the moment. Really disappointing their attacking output right now. The data suggests this is not going to have a lot of goals either. And it's interesting. We're beginning to look at fixtures and go, actually, we don't. Fulham Palace. We said a lot of goals. Southampton Everton might be not a lot of goals. Wolves Newcastle, Arsenal Leicester. Suddenly we're starting to veer towards a tighter set of matches.
Yeah, it's true.
So Arsenal Leicester, I think Arsenal will win 1-0. I don't really think it'll be more in it than that.
But what we think and what happens in reality,
I know. We're
is 4-4 Everton, and I think Arsenal will win that match.
Yeah, and Brighton West Brom. Brighton will look pretty, will dominate the game, and probably draw 1-1 again. No, I think Brighton will win that.
What we just need an early goal for once in our lives. We just need an early goal just to settle ourselves down. I think we'll win this one. I think we'll win this one quite comfortably, to be honest. I think we could. I hate predicting a Brighton win, but I think we could win this 2-0.
Points for Maupay at last?
I think it has to be, yeah. And I think Welbeck's an interesting signing because with him signing and with Connolly as well, I think there is a bit more pressure on Maupay than we might have seen.
Yeah, Welbeck gives you know-how, doesn't he? That's what he gives you, that bit of experience, a bit of know-how. That you've got Connolly's still young and up and coming, but he is competition for Maupay, I guess. And Burnley Spurs, that's obviously going to be 5-0 to Spurs with a Kane hat-trick, but do you see it going that way?
I hate the fact that it's the last game of the week on Monday night. That is absolutely brutal. Yeah. So Brighton lose to West Brom and then Kane does do that, then it's going to be a pretty bad week for me. I think Spurs will win. Kane has got a great record against Burnley. I remember watching them last year against Burnley, and they were just absolutely brilliant. It was when Son scored the goal of the season, didn't he? When he got it.
That was at home, when he ran
at home.
For the pitch, yeah.
I remember it was against Burnley. So I think I just worry about what team Burnley are going to put out. I worry about is Tarkowski and me fit. Yeah, Tarkowski. Did I get it right?
You got it right. You got it right. I was just teasing you. I don't know if James is still is James still in the chat? Don't know. Okay.
I think it's going to be a pretty comfortable Spurs win, probably 3-0.